If you think about it, we're designed to be on our feet all day, every day. That's the way a lot of our lives started, right? There wasn't always all this sitting. We did a lot more running, walking, moving, rotating. Our body is ready for those things. So it's a little bit more challenging to increase strength and muscle mass in your calf. That's where BFR comes along. So BFR walking. Simply putting on these cuffs, incredibly low-hanging fruit. Send an older adult outside. Now we're going to get them exposed to vitamin D. And the BFR walking, 40 to 60% LOP, so I'll inflate those cuffs. So we're using lower pressures, right? When we get started an older adult, 30 to 60% LOPs. I like that 30 mark for older adults. It seems to be a much more achievable than the 40 for some early on. And then we'll get to 40. You'll see how quickly the body adapts. But 30 to 60% LOP, we're only going to walk for 10 to 15 minutes. And we're going to do that at a low to moderate pace. And what is happening is something that's very important that we didn't touch on earlier. That hypoxic environment, you have, keeping it simple, two types of muscle fibers in the human body. You have type 1 and type 2 muscle fibers. Type 1 muscle fibers are more of your postural muscles for low intensity exercise, low loads, low weights. And that's what a majority of our older adults, they're pretty strong type 1 muscle fibers because they're not using very heavy loads. Those muscle fibers are forced to keep us posturally sound. Your type 2 muscle fibers, those muscle fibers do not use oxygen, and they're what are known as quick twitch. So when you're walking, right, you're an older adult or you're anybody, and you're walking and you trip and you catch yourself, that's a type 2 muscle fiber. That quick reaction that prevents you from falling on your face, that's a type 2 muscle fiber contraction. One of the most important things that BFR does with that hypoxic environment is because type 1 muscle fibers require oxygen, your type 1 muscle fibers they're kind of pushed to the side. So with older adults, this is phenomenal because they're able to recruit type 2 muscle fibers that prevent you from falling using low loads to no loads at all. Something as simple as putting these cuffs on, inflating, and going for a walk. You're going to recruit type 2 muscle fibers and you're going to be enhancing muscle strength, muscle mass, and endurance simply by walking. I'm going to get this other cuff connected and inflated. So I go with my second cuff. We're automatically connected. Proceed with 2 cuffs. I use my previous calibration. I'm going to go to custom. I'm going to take it to 60%. Confirm pressure. I'm going to begin my workout. The cuffs will come to life. I get double orange circles. The cuffs are inflating. Notice again, they're at the most proximal portion of the limb. Very important. The cuffs always go at the most proximal portion of the limb. It doesn't matter if I'm working my knee, my ankle, my hip, because there is proximal effects of BFR, but I'm always putting the cuff as high on the limb as possible. Cuffs are inflating. Something now as simple as BFR walking. This is going to be a little more strenuous, a little more challenging, but there's going to be way more to be gained from it, right? Something very important with our elderly. If we're going to have them BFR walking, maybe you have them between parallel bars, get them using the foot and ankle more. Don't just turn it into a walk. Let's pay extra special attention to their feet. Why? Your feet are your foundation, okay? Just like you're building, just like a house. If the foundation of a house is faulty or cracked or has an issue with it, it's going to be expressed in the first and second floor, right? Your foundation cracks and your house is no longer level. Everything I do on this side is going to slide, and it's just going to get worse. No matter what I do to the top, first and second floor, it's just going to, I can repair cracks in the drywall. Things fall apart, and that's going to slide and slide. Feet are our foundation. So what I want to do, let's correct that foundation.